Jen, crews have been helping homeowners almost all afternoon, pumping out the water that has been left in their basements after the flooding. But it's not the water that officials say these homeowners have to worry about. It's that snow and ice that's made its way into their basements. Overnight rains turned into a nightmare for several Summerhill Borough homes. Water mixed with large chunks of ice jammed up against a bridge, flooding the yards, homes, even roads with several feet of water.
So right now we've used some of our portable pumps to pump the water out to get them to where they can get electricians and plumbers and everything in to get their furnaces back up.
We were given a look into the basement of one of the homes. Several feet of snow and ice were left behind after the water receded.
We already got told we're not allowed to stay here until the utilities have been checked over, so we're going to have to stay with our grandparents until that's get all sorted out.
Chief Burkett says this isn't the first time the creek has flooded the area, and he hopes officials will tackle the issue in the future.
Because this blocked up, and it has done it before, you know, we've got substantial damage to 3 homes here.
Now, while the homeowners work to clean up the mess that was left inside their homes and around it, officials say they are looking at getting this creek fixed so that homeowners don't have to worry about any future floods. Reporting live in Summerhill Borough, Cambria County, Jackalyn Kovac, 6 News. I have been driving throughout the Johnstown area almost all afternoon. At times, the weather seemed like nothing, and other times it was a completely different story. I want to take you to some video that I had shot earlier this afternoon. Here it shows Route 219 and the Galleria Drive exit. There you can see that the snow had covered the roads, almost even reducing the visibility in that area to basically nothing. A number of schools in our area did close early in anticipation for this winter weather, and Penndot crews and local municipality road crews were prepping these roads with salt and anti-skid material. We're learning that even some areas are reporting a salt shortage. We'll have more on that at 5:30. But first, I want to show you what the current conditions in the Johnstown area look like. I'm going to step back here for a second. This road right here, this is Goucher Street, just outside the WJAC TV studios in Upper Yoder Township. As you can see, snow has covered this road and cars continue to go by, just sweeping up a bit of that snow. And I'm just going to show you, I don't have a ruler on me, but I do have some paper, and I want to show you just how deep some of this snow is. It's about an inch or so thick here on the ground, not much ice, but it is that fluffy stuff that can get kicked up and get packed down pretty good. Melanie, well, as you can see, the snow has already started here in Cambria County. Last night, Penndot crews were out and about fighting those freezing rain periods that we saw last evening. Now tonight, they will be back out battling the snow that we are expected to see tonight into tomorrow. The Cambria County Penndot garage was quiet Sunday morning. Several crews had just returned after hours of treating roads and fighting freezing rain.
Freezing rain, you can't really plow it, so you have to reduce your speed, so it takes us longer to get over our routes. And we basically just treat it with salt and anti-skid, and it's, you know, constant retreat because the rain washes away any salt that we put down.
The forecast is calling for more snow all across the region, and Penndot knows they will be back out later, clearing as much as they can.
Each truck has a dedicated route. Each truck runs around 40 miles for their route. So if we start getting behind on the main roads, we start pulling trucks from our secondary routes. So people will see a buildup of snow on those secondary routes while we're focusing on the primary roads.
The Cambria County garage has 44 trucks, and Penndot works hard to have each one on the road during inclement weather. But the job isn't easy. Crews say traffic can put a damper on their efforts, especially when the snow falls fast and heavy.
If people stay behind them, the road's clear, material's down, it's the safest place for people to be.
Now, Penndot says if you do find yourself out on roads when the weather is just a little bit tricky, and if you find yourself behind a truck, the best place is to stay behind their truck, stay back at least 100 feet. That'll allow them to get out the material that they're putting out on the roads, and that'll give you a little bit of an easier ride out there while you're driving. So reporting live in Johnstown, Jackalyn Kovac, 6 News. Saturday storms caused havoc throughout the region, with flooding reported throughout Somerset County and in parts of Cambria Cambria County and even in parts of Blair and Huntington counties. A number of trees were reported to be uprooted through the area from strong winds. We found this garage crushed by a tree near Johnstown's Solomon Homes. The homeowner told me the tree fell straight on top of the garage, cutting it in half and destroying the structure and her car inside. She said she's lucky to be alive because she had been outside minutes before the tree came crashing down. On Sunday, water levels around the city were higher than they have been, and several areas were still closed to drivers after they were flooded out. Richland Township firefighters say they had to perform water rescues after drivers continued through the waters.
There was a situation where one of my colleagues approached a vehicle that was stranded in water. He went out on his own to assist the citizens to make sure that they were safe and abandoned the vehicle basically until the water subsided.
Richland Township Battalion Chief Lester Blau says drivers should be cautious when approaching what could be a flooded road.
The best thing whenever you come up to a standing water or heavy water flow, do not drive through.
He warns that the water could take over the car, leaving you stranded.
Unfortunately, consequences can happen where you may be injured and possibly die due to the water.